This is Akinator, the magical genie that can guess anything that you're thinking of. Yes, I do mean anything. And welcome to this week's episode where we play GeoGuessr, but this time we are head to head with Akinator himself. That's right, I'm going to play GeoGuessr, and once I think I know where it is, I'm going to ask Akinator where he thinks the place is. For each correct answer, we get a point, and the first person to 5 points is the winner. And I think it's probably going to be me because there is no way that the Akinator can beat me at this game. Famous last words. So let's jump into the first game of GeoGuessr and see what we have. Okay, we're here. Now this is a no move map, so I'm just going to describe the surroundings near me. Okay, so my immediate first thought is that we are in Norway. That's going to be my guess. So let's see if Akinator thinks the same. Does it fit in your pocket? I'm fairly sure this country does not fit in my pocket. Thank you very much. Is it bigger than a guitar? Yes it is, my good friend. Yes it is. Is it European? I'm fairly sure he's on the right track now. I'm fairly sure Norway's in Europe, so if I'm correct, then yes. Is it an island? Now, if I think this is Norway, then no, it is not an island, but it could be if I've got this completely wrong, but I'm going to put no. Is it from the Balkans? Now, he's starting to get a little bit closer to the right answer. Not quite there yet, but he's getting there. Is it located at the seaside? No, it is not. We had some pretty big mountains in the background, so it is not. Okay. He's starting to pick up on the fact that we're looking at countries now, not just any old object. Yes, this is a country we're talking about. Is it German? To the best of my knowledge, no, it is not. Is it English? No. To the best of my knowledge, no, it is not. Is it from Finland? Interestingly, it's difficult to say for sure because I can't quite tell which Nordic country this might be. I mean, I think it's Norway, but I'm going to say probably not. Is it a country bordering Norway? No, because I'm fairly sure it is Norway. Does it have a relation with winter? I'm fairly sure it does because we have some big old mountains with big old snow tops and nice bags of dung hanging from trees. Maybe we're in the UK thinking about it. I'm going to say probably. Is it from Poland? Probably not. I think of Norway, a country in Northern Europe. Well, let's hope you're right, Mr. Akinator, because I think it's Norway as well. So we don't actually have a specific place in Norway to pick, but as long as we get the country right, that's the main thing. Both Akinator and myself think this is Norway, so let's just see if it's correct. It was Norway. I mean, we were pretty far away, but it was still within the boundaries of Norway. That could have very easily been Sweden or Finland, but it was Norway. And with that, we have our first scores of 1-1. And let's go again. Oh, okay. This, I'm fairly sure, is the UK. People are driving on the left-hand side of the road. There's a pub over there. There's building and construction works that have likely been there for the past 6 years. We are definitely in the UK. But the question is, does Akinator know that as well? Okay, so I've just skipped through a few of the questions that are basically it's trying to determine that it is a country, and it's reached question 11 where it has again asked if this is European. So yes, the UK is based in the continent of Europe. And fairly sure we can't find this in France. Okay, so we're back with some of the similar questions we had before, including whether this place has a relation with the North. To which I'm going to say yes. I mean, we're pretty much the North Sea and Northern Europe, Northwestern Europe. I'm going to put yes. Does it originate from Russia? I'm going to put no because I think I can almost definitely say it's not Russian. Okay. Interesting question we've got here. It's asking if this comes from Scotland. I don't know. It could be Scotland. It could be England. Hell, it could even be Wales or Ireland. I don't know. I just don't know. So for this, I'm just going to have to put don't know. Make your mind up. Is it English? Don't know. Is it an island? Okay, so I'm fairly sure it's somewhere within the UK. So regardless of what part of the UK this is in, Yes, it's on an island. Is it owned by Denmark? Ah, I see what it's doing here. It's trying to guess Greenland. I mean, I'm fairly sure it's not Greenland. I'm going to say probably not. Just to kind of give myself a bit of a leeway here in case I've got it completely wrong. But I'm fairly sure it's the UK. Okay, so the questions now seem to be linked around Scotland and England, so I think it's pretty much on the money. It's just trying to make a decision where it is exactly. I don't have any information to give it here, so it could be. I don't know. Does it come from Ireland? Don't know. Is it Danish? Don't know. Okay. Akinator has guessed the Isle of Man. I might have really led him astray here, and I apologise, but I'm just telling you everything I can see, so yeah. I don't actually think it's the Isle of Man. I think it's England, but he seems to think it's the Isle of Man, so let's put a guess down and see if he's correct. So, this is an interesting choice. He put the Isle of Man. I thought it was England, but it's actually down in the south of Ireland, near a place called Mallow. One thing I didn't mention was if there's a part where we both guess different countries, it's the person that has it closest. And unfortunately, as much as it pains me to admit this, it looks like Akinator has got it closer with the guess of the Isle of Man. So I'm going to give it to Akinator this round. Update that scoreboard. 2-1 to Akinator. Okay, next round. We are dropped in the middle of nowhere. Oh boy, this is going to be a hard one. I have nothing to go off here. And we're on some sort of dirt road. There's no signage. There's no one else here. So, good luck, Akinator. Okay, we are through to our first proper question of this round. Is this European? I don't think it is. It looks like it's in the southern hemisphere, so I'm going to say no. Okay, so he's seemingly quite confident with his guess now. So, we've not really given him much information. Yes, we can stand inside of this country. Is it located in the Pacific Ocean? No. We're not in the ocean, we are on land. Nice try, Mr. Akinator. Is it high? I'm going to guess... I don't know for sure, but it seems like it's fairly low ground due to the trees and foliage, so I'm going to say probably not. Okay. Interesting choice. I've gone through the questions and it has decided that it thinks the area we're thinking of is Ontario, Canada. Something makes me think he's wrong, and that's good because I need to equalise here, so let's quickly make a guess and see. My original guess was somewhere in Africa. I don't know where in Africa. Kenya. And let's just see who is closer. My guess of Kenya or Akinator's guess of Canada. Oh, well, would you look at that? The dog sniffs out the bone once more. That was actually a ridiculously close guess. But we were bang on the money. It was definitely Kenya. Unfortunately, we didn't have much to give Akinator this round, but, I mean, yeah, that's another point to me. 2-2. Okay, we're in the next round. This makes me think it could be Europe, it could be Canada. Come to think of it, it's probably not Canada if we've got this sort of spelling, so maybe like Austria, Germany. It looks like we're on the right-hand side of the road. Everything's just a bit too blurry to see where we are, so I'm going to guess Europe-wise. My initial guess is probably Austria or Germany. Let's see what Akinator thinks. Okay, after 20 questions, it's decided to ask me a question about a location. Does it come from Asia? I don't think it does, so I'm going to say probably not. Does it have a national flag? I'm guessing it does. Does it originate from India? Probably not. Can we find it in Asia? Like my previous answer, probably not. Is it European? See, I don't know for definite, but I think it might be, so I'm going to say probably. Does it have a relation with Russia? I'm going to say probably not. I'm going to say probably not. Okay, so we are on question 28. It's kind of narrowed it down to Europe, but doesn't really know where. I don't think Akinator's going to get this, unless he absolutely manages to pull it out the bottom of the bag. Does it originate from the Soviet Union? Probably not. Interesting. Okay. Akinator thinks we're talking about Armenia, which is incredibly strange because I didn't really give him much information to go off. So let's see who's right. Okay, like before, whoever is closest is going to get the point, unless we both get the same country. So he thinks it's Armenia. I think we're looking at Germany here. I think it's going to be Germany, but he thinks it's Armenia. Well, he thinks it's Armenia, which is there. So let's see who's closest. Okay. It wasn't Armenia at all. It was Austria. That was going to be my second choice. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to give myself the point here. So I count that as 3-2 right now. To me, of course. Okay, next round. We are again in the middle of nowhere. We're driving along the right-hand side of the road on what looks like a fairly warm place. A fairly remote place, looking at it. I think this is somewhere in the United States. That's going to be my initial guess. Again, I don't know if that's even close, but let's see what the Akinator thinks. I like how after all these rounds, Akinator still asks me all the questions which aren't related to countries. You would have thought he would have guessed by now that that's what we're doing, but there we are. I guess he has to retain thoughts on every single thing known to man, so cut the guy some slack. Okay, we are down to the country questions. Does it come from Asia? I don't think it does, so I'm going to say probably not. Is it European? I personally don't think it is, but because it's in the Northern Hemisphere, I kind of want Akinator to make his own mind up here, so I'm going to say I don't know. Because the truth is, I don't know. Does it originate from Russia? I don't know. And actually, come to think of it, Russia actually might be quite a good guess, actually. Although I'm fairly sure the signage was in English, so maybe not, but I'm going to say I don't know. Is it a mountain range? No, it's fairly flat from what I remember. I see no mountains anywhere. Does it have a relation with Africa? He's kind of going over all the continents just to see if he can get any information. And unfortunately, I don't know what to tell him. Because it could be. I've got no information to go off. So, I don't know, dude. I don't know. He's made the same guess again. Ontario, Canada. Interesting. I don't think it is. Although, more interestingly than that, both of our guesses are in North America, so this actually could be quite close. So he thinks it's in Canada, Montana. So let's see who's closest. Oh no. Oh no. Akinator was right. Whilst it wasn't the precise region, he did get the country right, and as far as this game's concerned, that's the only thing you need to get right, so he won this round. That takes us to 3-all, and I think we need some speed rounds going on here because this is getting down to the wire. Okay, 3-all, where are we next? This is actually giving me Asia vibes, just with the roads and the foliage. I'm thinking we're somewhere in Asia. Maybe like a Thailand somewhere? I'm going to guess Thailand. But does Akinator agree with that? Is it European? I don't think it is. I'm going to say probably not. But I'll let him make his own mind up. Does it come from Asia? Again, I think it does. I kind of don't want to absolutely throw him to sea and have nothing to go off. So I'm going to say probably, just so we've kind of got an even playing field here. Does it originate from the Soviet Union? Could do, but I don't think it does. So I'm going to say probably not. Okay, so I've just gone through some of those questions. It was again trying to figure out which continent we were in. I kind of had to give it my best and just give it whatever information I can, but we're down to the last question. Yes, we can stand inside this country. And Akinator guesses... Jeez. He loves Canada, doesn't he? Not ideal. I think he's lost this round. I did give him some useful information and say that I thought it was Asia, but he hasn't really seemingly taken that on board unless he knows something that I don't. I'm going to guess it's Thailand. Well, It was not Thailand, it was South Korea. But unfortunately, Thailand is a lot closer than Canada is, so yeah, I'm giving myself the point in this round. Fairly sure there's no debate about that. 4-3 to me. This last round could be the one that ties it up, so let's see where we are. I think that is Cyrillic, so we're probably in Eastern Europe, potentially some parts of Asia. Ex-Soviet Union, perhaps? Okay, let's see what Akinator thinks. Okay, so it's come up again with the European question. This seems to be a prober because it narrows down a lot of countries with this. I don't know if it's European or not. I kind of don't want to say probably or probably not because I don't know if it will push Akinator into thinking it's something it's not. So I'm just going to say I don't know. Can we find it in France? Fairly sure it's not France. Does it come from Asia? No, I don't know if it is, but it's more likely to be one of those countries based in Asia than not. So I'm going to say probably. Does it originate from Russia? Probably. Does it have a national flag? Yes. So, unfortunately, Akinator's asked me quite a lot of irrelevant questions, so he's only got himself to blame. He has basically somewhat narrowed it down to potentially Asia, potentially Soviet. So, I'm going to say probably. Oh, you've got to be kidding me, Akinator. What are you doing to me? Why do you keep thinking it's Canada? Let's just tie this up because he's clearly not getting it. So, I think it's Ukraine. I don't think Canada's going to cut the mustard here. And it was, in fact, just on the border. We just got it inside Ukraine. Which unfortunately means that Akinator got it wrong again and is out of the runnings because first to 5 points wins. And I'm afraid that's how the cookie crumbles. That was good fun, although next time what I might do is be a bit more direct with my answers and give him something maybe a bit more to go off because maybe he was just a bit unsure and decided his safe space was in Ontario, Canada. But there we are. If we play this again, I'll do it a bit differently and let's see if we can get a more competitive game. If you guys liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe and I'll see you guys in the next one. Fantastic.